Welcome. It's the Monkeys Podcast. I am Takura McCullough, and today's co-host because we do this every day, our co-host, our guest co-host is Drew Davenport.
Hi, I'm Drew Davenport. Hello.
You may know Drew Davenport from the Rules and Rolls podcast, or Mabim Bam Yahoo submissions, or that character on the Adventure Zone.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the Adventure Zone infamy.
Yeah, Drew Davenport. He's famous. You know him.
Oh, stop it. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
yes.
Drew. How's it going?
Good. I'm good. I'm excited. I'm excited. That was a fun episode.
I know, isn't it? It was good. I wish the YouTube was clear. Mine was fuzzy. Was yours fuzzy?
Mine was fuzzy.
Yeah, that sucked. But I think the other one was like, it cut some stuff because the other one was shorter. When I was looking at the links to send you, the one that I sent you was 25 minutes and the other one was 22 minutes. I was like, hey, what did you cut from this episode?
Whoa, too hot for TV, I guess.
Anyway, so tell me about Rules and Rolls podcast.
Rules and Rolls podcast is a monthly. We do 2 episodes a month usually, and we do a one-shot RPG. We do one episode where we play the RPG, and then the other episode where we discuss it. So far, we did Crash Pandas, which was really funny.
That sounds fun.
You play as raccoons driving a street racer. The last one we did was called Did Someone Say Street Magic? I believe that's what it's called. It has an interesting name like that. And I thought, we talked about it in the episode, but I thought for sure it was about street magicians. Not actually. It's about making a fantasy city, like Exquisite Corpse style.
Okay, street magic.
Street magic, yes.
Literally street magic. That's tricky.
I will say the majority of the cast came into the episode thinking, before we read the rules, that it would involve street magicians.
Thinking, I'm gonna levitate, you know.
Yeah, that 3 inches off the ground, David
Black
Blaine,
people are gonna run around screaming, you know.
Yes, I remember the weird like YouTube quality TV stuff he used to put out.
So
Man
good.
On the street.
I love it. We are a demonstrative people, I tell you.
Yeah.
That sounds super fun. I will have to listen to that. I'm a bad host. I had no idea you had a podcast.
It's fine.
You told me.
Listen, I'm perhaps not putting it out there enough if people don't know. That would be on me. Okay. I do have a podcast. You can listen to these dulcet tones anytime you like.
Woo-hoo. Very exciting. Hey, Drew, do you remember? I can't remember where we met. It might have been. Was it at the LA Podcast Festival?
Yes.
Because I remember
LA Podcast Festival. Wow. That was a long time ago.
Back in the day. I remember I was like, ooh, I'm going to have a running bit with Drew Davenport. Do you remember this? I was like, my plan was like, every time I see him, I'm going to say Drew Davenport and high five him.
I do remember that.
I was like, yes. I'm a genius. I don't know.
Listen, if anyone ever sees me in public and it's like, hey, that's Drew Davenport, I'm always happy to hear that.
It was fun for me. I don't know if it was annoying for you. I was like, Drew Davenport.
After the second time you did it, I was like, man, I swear I've met her recently. I saw her like the other day, right? Maybe I was wrong. And then like the third time you did it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I get what's happening.
It was fun for me.
It was fun for me. And then I've met you a couple times at all the Max Fun get-togethers, which are really fun.
I feel like the last time was at the at that bar at the LA at the like train station, the Grand Central, whatever. Union Station, people. That's what it's called. Union Station.
There you go.
That was a lot.
That place was fun.
And I was drunk and talking. Sorry, Drew.
Hey, it's all right. We're friends.
I was talking a lot.
It's okay. It's okay. That was a fun bar, and that was a fun group.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
Good time. Riley was there. Riley Silverman was there. Who else was there?
Hal Lublin was there. Laser was there.
Wait, who? What did you say?
Laser.
Oh, yeah. Laser was there.
And I think I think Stacy was there.
Yeah, Stacy was there.
And Jesse didn't show up, and I'll get you next time, Jesse Thorne.
Dude, Jesse Thorne. Ooh.
Gauntlet thrown, Jesse. I've met you twice.
Oh, Jesse. He's elusive, that Jesse Thorne.
It is. That's true.
He is elusive. All right, let's get. So the monkeys.
Yes.
Because we could just chat all day about old times. The monkeys what do you have a relationship with the monkeys? Did you know anything?
I knew, hey, we're the monkeys.
All right,
we really
good.
like to monkey around. And I knew who Davy Jones kind of was.
Oh, okay. So where did you know Davy Jones from?
Oh, no way I would know where I learned that from.
Oh.
Probably, honestly, like gags from like kids shows I grew up on, like Tiny Toon Adventures, making monkeys jokes. And
so great.
Like it's that stuff and I used to watch a lot of Nick at Night when I was a little kid.
Uh-huh. So
like, I'm sure I caught some monkeys episodes. I know it was on there for a bit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So in between watching I Dream of Jeannie and episodes of Taxi, I'm sure I caught some monkeys episodes. I'm like, well, what are these? Are these the other band who I'm not sure we can talk about on this show?
Go ahead.
Those gentlemen from Liverpool. Are these them?
These the Beatles. That's so.
What? Who? I didn't say it. You did.
We love the Beatles. It's okay. It's okay here. You can love the Beatles and the monkeys. There's no competition.
Yeah, of course. Monkeys on top. I know.
It's all good. Monkeys on top. Wait, there was something you said before that reminded me. Oh, yeah. What a crazy lineup that is. I Dream of Jeannie and Taxi.
Yeah.
That's like a style and tone and time period that's like whiplash.
Oh, yeah.
Seems uncomfortable.
It would go, because originally it was all black and white. This has nothing to do with the monkeys, but
okay.
It was all black and white. It was like the Dick Van Dyke Show, and then right into Bewitched. And then it was like, all right. 2 years have passed by, Nick at Night. It's time to put on Taxi and Car 54. And like, we got some color in there now, finally.
I did love Car 54. No, I liked the theme song to Car 54. I don't remember a single episode of Car 54,
no clue.
But I loved that little song.
I remember like I Love Lucy. I used to watch that all the time. Like my mom had the VHS and I'd be like, put in Lucy. Like I was like 7. I'm like, I want Lucy.
So great. Little tiny boy. Put in the Lucy.
Put in the Lucy. I want the one where Fred passes out on the couch. Lucy.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah.
My brass teacher's teacher played on the on that theme. That was I can't remember his name. Claude
wow.
Gordon. Claude Gordon played on the was it Claude Gordon? Oh no, wait, is Claude Gordon the boy, I'm getting my brass people. Oh boy, I'm old, everybody. It's been.
I was promised expert level brass knowledge coming on the show.
It's Claude Gordon, right? The Claude Gordon method? Or is Claude Gordon the French? No. The French method book. That's somebody else. All right, I'm getting like method books. This is honestly something I have not thought about in decades. Like the books I used to play when I was taking trombone lessons, because you'd have like a jazz book, you'd have like an etude book. That was the French one. But Claude is kind of a French name, so I thought maybe I was thinking of the French etude book. And then, but yeah, it was it was Claude Gordon. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah. So yeah, every time, and I would go to brass camp even. Like camp. He had a camp every year, like
brass camp
in Idlewild.
Ooh.
And and it's all these dudes from like guys who played like in Vegas and in LA studios and stuff, because they all took lessons from him, and then they said they were teaching us. And yeah, Claude Gordon played on Lucy. That's his trumpet there. You hear it. That was like that was the big thing. So that was the way they roped us in. Oh no, it was fine. It was fine. I learned a lot. It was very valuable. I am not a professional trombone player. But
not yet.
Not yet. Oh boy. But you know what? Thank you, Claude Gordon and Bruce Haig, my teacher, and all those people, because I did get a trombone scholarship to college. So thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you very much.
All on the backs of Lucy. That's it.
Right. Thank you, Lucy. everything goes back to Lucy. She's the queen.
She's pretty good.
And speaking of queens,
segue.
Pew pew pew. This week, because I do this. I used to do this all the time. Anyway, this episode is episode 21, The Prince and the Pauper, directed. We're in time. Well, not in time, but it's a February episode, February 6th, 1967.
Hey.
Directed by James Cornack, written by Gerald Gardner, Dee Caruso, and Peter Meyerson. Produced by Robert Rafelson and Bert Schneider. Associate producer Ward Sylvester, a Raybert production. Here's the description. Davy helps a Peruvian prince named Ludlow, who is Jones's doppelganger, convince a girl that he is worthy of her hand in marriage. Production notes. The Prince and the Pauper was filmed in December 1966. Every time the camera shows the back of Davy/Ludlow's head, you are actually seeing Los Angeles radio personality and scene star Rodney Bingenheimer. Song Mary Mary by Michael Nesmith. Now, I brought up Rodney Bingenheimer last episode, not even realizing that he was on this episode. But yeah, that was Davy's double. He's a tiny little man.
Davy's a little, I don't know if I'm breaking new ground here. Davy's a little short.
He's a little tiny. You might not notice with all the camera tricks, but Davy's a little guy. Yeah, Rodney Bingen. Have you heard of Rodney Bingenheimer?
No.
Oh, he was a big deal, like K-Rock and stuff. Like
really?
Yeah, he is a huge deal. And it's crazy that he was just like hanging out with the monkeys. It's just like so weird to me.
It sounds like someone who would have a mural underneath an overpass in LA and be like, well, that's the Rodney Bingenheimer mural. What are you talking about? How do you not know him?
I know, it's crazy to me. It's so weird. There should be like a documentary about Rodney Bingenheimer, because you know how they always say like, oh, he's the guy that broke Susie and the Banshees, or he's the guy that broke. Sure. He's one of those guys that people list like who broke these artists in the LA radio scene. And since LA radio is supposedly so important.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I know like LA radio hosts are like, people know them. Like everyone knows them usually, except for me apparently. But like, I don't know if that works. Like, I mean, it's just a local thing, right? But it seems like LA ones get a little bit more national appeal.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's weird. Because, like, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Ventura County.
Well, then you should know the LA radio. What's wrong with you?
I was listening to the tape deck the whole time. I'm not, you know.
Tape deck.
I listened
You're
when
like
I was
Maxwell, that's my guy.
Yeah, there you go. my guy Maxwell. He's right here. DJ Maxwell, he's my dude. No, when I was a kid, I listened to like Mark and Brian.
Right. Yeah, see, that's
like
famous.
They were famous. They were in the Princess Diaries. Or no, what is it? What's the one? Yeah, the one with Anne Hathaway. They have a cameo in that. Yeah, apparently I haven't seen them in there, but apparently they're in that movie.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah, see? LA radio hosts, they'll just show up.
Yeah. See, I grew up in the Bay Area, Northern California. So like the San Francisco radio DJs, those were like my stars. Like I thought, everybody knows who, oh no, I can't remember it anyway. You know, everybody knows who Alex Bennett is.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Comedians know who Alex Bennett is.
You know what? Yeah. I've heard that name.
Oh!
I have no idea. Yeah, there you go.
See, Alex Bennett. Well, yeah. Alex Bennett was like actually like really famous, but like big. Oh, who was the guy I had a crush on? Big something. I can't remember his name now. That's so crazy. But I was like, oh, he's my man. I have no idea what he looked like, but I loved him. Anyway, local radio. Okay, so
local radio for local laughs.
We're gonna watch Prince and the Pauper, everybody, because we didn't already watch it and talk about that at the top of the episode. You didn't hear that.
No.
We're gonna watch Prince and the Pauper. You could join us after the break. Get your popcorn and enjoy some Mary Mary. We're back. Woohoo! He's dancing. You can't see it. This is not a video podcast, Drew. Nobody.
I'm made for the camera. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
All right, so we're back with Prince and the Pauper. Okay, the number one thing I appreciate about this episode, about this quote unquote cold open, is Davy turning to camera and saying, "It's like the Prince and the Pauper."
Yes.
Thanks, Davy.
Hey, You put in the episode title, you put it right up front, and no one's gonna say you're stealing.
I love it so much. Okay, so we start with the boys. Mike. Was it Mike? No, it was Mickey. Mickey is next to painting, like copying the face. Oh boy, I just got a text in the middle of recording. That's never happened before, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed that little doo-doo sound. Okay.
Bad luck.
No, it's not. Actually, it's just.
No, I am.
No, you're not. No, that's not bad luck. It's good luck because now people know that I do have friends. That
yeah.
Like people do text me.
Is that how it works? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't record. My phone is blowing up with all the people I know.
That's how it works. All right. No, you're just technically savvy. You know how to turn that off. I don't. Okay. So and then Peter is making a face, imitating another painting, and then Davy is so angry that they are there waiting for a gig. He's like, "Why are we here? I don't understand it." And Mike's like, "We need a gig. You know, they might have an embassy ball, and we want to play there."
I love the idea that they came like open pockets. Hey, do you need a band?
Well, they're desperate. They are desperate.
Help me. But I understand.
Yeah.
And guess what? It worked. I think it was the right choice for them to be there.
Really? We'll discuss. We'll see.
We'll discuss.
We'll discuss that. Did this pay off? All right. So then Mustache Man comes in. I never got this dude's name. Did you get this dude's name?
In the show, his name is Max, only Max, and he looks like, if you haven't watched the episode, he looks like Commissioner Gordon from the old Batman movies.
Oh, he does.
Michael Keaton, yeah.
He does. Oh, I was just calling him Mustache because I was like, I have no idea what this man's name is. And he's like, he like opens the door and he's like, oh, why are you, what's going on? There you are. Come on in. And they all try to go in like, no. Just this guy, just this little guy. And Count Myron has been waiting for you because that's the name of a count. Myron,
yeah.
So
normal, regal Myron.
Little yellow, different. Okay, so he brings in Davy. I'm glad you remember that ad. Nobody remembers that. I
remember the Wayne's World gig upon the ad. I barely remember the ad.
That's right. Other shows would do that. I, for some reason, stuck with that. Okay, so they bring him in, and there's Count Myron in his throne room, sitting on a chair that I'm sure has been used in previous episodes. And he's like all decked out with like medals and stuff. And he's like, "Whoa, there you are. Why are you dressed so ridiculously? You're getting so eccentric." And Davy's like, "What the huh?" And then all of a sudden, there's another Davy.
Whoa.
And he's got like a fancy, what do you call that? Costume, I guess. I don't know what kind of shirt that is with the epaulettes and.
Yeah, he's got his epaulettes. He's got his double-breasted and enough medals to snap a Christmas tree.
Right. And he's like shyly futzing with his medals, and he's like,
real quick, that bit when he's like trying to pretend he's shy.
Yes.
Oh my, like. You see, I'm so shy, and he's just like twisting the medals. I'm like putting his whole hand underneath his row of medals, and like, oh, I'm just so shy. Just rubbing on his chest.
The choice. It's an acting choice.
You know what it is?
David Jones has made. Wait, Tony Award-winning actor David Jones.
Yeah, it's true.
Is portraying a shy. Yeah, it makes him look like a 3-year-old. I'm like, dude, that's not shy. That's a toddler.
And he's like, I don't know if you want to talk about that, but he's like, I don't have any character. And I'm like, that is
harsh.
That's harsh on yourself, man. You got to be, there's a lot of people in this world that are going to put you down, and you got to be the one that lifts you up,
Yeah, that's so weird. And as a kid, I had no idea what that meant. I was like, you have a character. You're like a person. You're a character in the story. I don't understand. I didn't know what that meant. It's like, I don't know what that's about. But yeah, that was so... Wow, really down on. Anyway, and so then that's when Davy turns to the camera and says, "It's like the Prince and the Pauper." And then we have our opening. Prump.
Real quick, did you? I love. There's a line in there where they talk like, "Well, the producers thought it'd be a good idea."
Yes, you have that written down. I do.
Yeah, you have that. Yes.
Yeah, they call things out. Yeah, we already have our take to camera, so there's no fourth wall. So, and also, what's funny to me is that it's funny that Prince Ludlow, as we find out his name is, has the exact same accent as Davy Jones. Isn't that interesting?
He is. And he's from
Peruvia. Yeah, in the description it says that a Peruvian prince, and so you're thinking, oh, this dude's from Peru.
Yeah, sure.
No, he's from Peruvia.
They don't wear that weird combination of tan and olive green royal outfits that he's wearing in Peru. No, that's Peruvian. Peruvia.
Count Myron's didn't match. His was a completely different color.
Myron looks like he's in the British Navy with his dark blues.
Yeah.
And the prince, maybe I don't know royal fashion, but olive drab and like off an eggshell was a weird choice for me.
It is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care for it. Who would have that? It seems like kind of deserty colors, you know?
Maybe.
Yeah,
or like
Egypt or something.
Germanic.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Let's all think. Right in. What country do you think Prince Ludlow should be from?
What do the fans think? Maybe England with the accent.
Yeah.
But
so the double wants to talk to Davy. So the double, and then this is where he's like, "Oh, I'm so shy," and that's when we switch to the split screen.
That was cool.
To Davy Jones, immediately split to the split screen, cut to the split screen, split to the cut screen.
Love it.
And he explains that, I have to get married by the time I'm 18 to keep the throne, or it goes to Count Ludlow. And then Davy says, well, that sounds crazy to me. And then that's when he says,
that's what it is.
I told the producers.
So I haven't watched many episodes of this. So when I heard that, like, I was watching it with my wife, and both of us like, ha! I was like, oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah, they like to do that. So that's part of the reason I loved the show when I was a kid, because they just would call stuff out. All right, so he says, I used to think I was deep, but deep down, I'm shallow. That always made me giggle. So and then we cut to silhouettes of people fencing, and it's Myron and Max, I guess.
Oh man. Oh, the way I'm not what you would call a classically trained fencer, or have ever picked up a fencing sword, but they are cheek to cheek when they are fencing.
I know. So many shots of the show, people are very, very close to each other. Like the boys are always right next to each other. Everybody's, it's as if like cameras, like they didn't have cameras that were capable of doing wide shots ever. Like everybody's always right next to each other. The
thing that gets me in that is like, after they're done with that super close up, like hand to hand knuckles bumping fencing, they pull away from later on in the scene, they pull away. They had it looked to me, they had the whole room set up. They could have used more.
There's plenty of room. Right. Yeah. But for some reason, yes, they're knuckle to knuckle fencing. Seems
they really are
incredibly dangerous. I can only imagine like fencers watching this were just ripping their hair out. Like, what are they doing?
And one of them and you're going to get into this, of course, but they keep stopping. Like the count keeps stopping to talk.
Yeah.
How's Max just take him out? If he puts the sword down. He's like in the middle of like, let's go. And then he's like, you know what? He just throws his freaking sword behind his ear and is like, hey,
hey, let's get real for a second. Hey,
get real, Max.
Right. But Max can't do that. He would be like, like beheaded or something.
Beheaded, yeah. That's the first. You would be beheaded with a fencing sword. It would take all day.
Oh wait! I think Jake sent me the music.
Ooh.
All right, never mind. That was an off mic, off recording conversation. Sorry, everybody.
That was breaking the fourth wall.
Oh no! So then they discuss their evil plan. So their evil plan is that if Count Myron is going to get the throne if they keep Prince Ludlow from getting married, and it's easy because he's so shy. But Wendy Forsythe kind of likes him, and then I got distracted by something. Did he write them letters, or did he write her a letter or something? What did he do?
They met on the Riviera. Ooh, yes. Which apparently Myron was not. Myron and Max just didn't go. Like, that's the thing. They're like, we've done so well to keep him isolated, and his weird attitude drives all the women away. Except for that one time on the Riviera, we couldn't make it. I guess
they were on the wrong side, the wrong bank.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no.
They're like, oh, there's not enough room in this. We take a boat trip. I lost him in the crowd. Oh, Max.
I wish we'd seen that. That would have been fun.
Yes. And are you going to talk about the other dude in the room now?
Oh, I love him so much. Okay. And so that as we end this conversation, oh yeah, somehow Count Ryan has told, I think he's told Wendy Forsythe all kinds of horrible things about I want to say Count Ludlow, because that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Prince Ludlow. Anyway, that he's a sadist is one of the things I said about him. And then as we cut away, we pan to a little guy leaning over like a
grindstone. That's
that's
one of those pedal
operated grindstone. He's like sharpening a knife. And is this the time we cut over to the? Wait, no. Yes, and then it slides over more.
A little bit more.
A little. There's like a little almost like a camp stove. Like there's a fire and like a grill or grilly thing.
Yeah, there's a grill.
And there's like a little flask bubbling. Just something bubbling on the fire.
The idea of like, oh, we're going to be in our fencing room, which is beautiful and ornate. And like, there's just a dude with a fire pit in the middle of it.
Well, I guess, is he like a blacksmith or something? And he's like, he needs the heat.
I can't imagine. They're in an embassy.
Yeah, that does not seem safe.
Yeah, just one room
with tapestries and suits of
beautiful
armor, and then fire.
And then just a big old fire pit and a grindstone.
And I love he's all like hunched over weirdly.
And we get to
we meet him later.
We get to meet him later, and there's a lot going on.
He's great. Okay, so then we cut back to Davy and Ludlow, and they're talking. And I've seen this episode. I got to be honest with you. I've seen this episode 1,000 times, and I think that's why I stopped taking notes, because I was like, oh, because I thought, oh, I'll remember it. Of course, I don't now, but
it's okay.
So like they're talking about, oh, I'm so shy, and Davy's like, oh, but you're witty and you're handsome and tall.
Yes, witty, handsome, and tall.
And the boys come on in. The boys bust in. I don't know. I guess the old guy in the coat was supposed to keep them from coming in. I don't know.
That poor man.
I love him too.
He's great. He's the oldest man on the planet, and he can't stop him.
So the boys come in, and they're like, "What the who?" And Peter has a good pointing bit where he just points off to like the side of the room for no reason. And there's some jokes there. I don't remember what they are. Sorry, everybody.
Let's see. What is he goes? There's Davy, and then Mickey goes, "There's Davy," and then there's Davy. Wait, there's Davy?
Davy? Right? Yes. There's lots of pointing, and where's Davy? And I think Davy calls him stupid. Davy's like, "You guys are idiots. This is Ludlow," and then they come up with the bright idea. Ho! This is what we'll do. We'll switch clothes, and because Wendy Forsythe is coming. Oh yeah, old man comes back in and says, "Miss Wendy Forsythe," and then like pops his sword, or not sword.
He does like he has like a staff for like like when everyone has this reference during like royal balls when like and announcing, and they do a little tut on the ground.
Yeah, and his breaks every time.
He's too strong. It breaks. He's just muscles on muscles.
And he gets he gets like a little frustrated every time. He's like, "No!"
He looks at it like, "Oh no!"
But his body goes, "Oh no!"
He's got a full body dough. You see his mouth makes the O like, oh, and then his body like sends a shiver from his ankles to his shoulders.
Yes. Oh no, I broke it. And yeah, so he's nervous about Miss Wendy Forsythe, and like, well, we'll switch. And so they immediately grab them and switch the clothes.
The other three, not Davy, Mikey. Hold on. Oh, I'm a bad fan.
That's
Mikey,
okay.
Peter, and
Mickey.
Thank you. Mickey, Peter, and Mike. See, I get Mikey. There's no Mike in there. There's no Mikey. They strip the prince, first of all.
They grab
They're like,
him.
"This is a great idea." Davy's like, "What are you talking about? I can't do this." Like, nah. I just start ripping clothes off the prince.
Yeah, what's he gonna do?
They run into the closet that has a peephole. Like, as
closets do. What are you talking about?
Of course, this is an embassy closet. What What do they think they're going to cheap out on the sliding peephole? Like it's the prohibition in there?
It is totally. It's a speakeasy. Speakeasy. Yeah, it's got a cool little peephole with a little slidey thing. It's very nice. And Peter has a little joke. Girls find him very sweet. Yes, he makes their teeth decay. Aw, Peter.
Yeah, that was cute.
And so they're looking through the peephole.
Real quick, I did forget one of my big notes here I took.
Yeah.
Right before they go in the closet, Mickey looks at the screen and does a quick tongue wag.
That's right.
X-rated.
It's supposed to be a hoo, I'm conniving, and here's our evil plan, and ooh, boy, oh boy. But yeah, there's way too much tongue wagging.
Mickey's got quite a tongue on him. And I don't know if that's come up before.
I can't.
Not in any way, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, Mickey. Yeah. I never liked that part as a kid. I was like, ew.
Yeah, it was like I was like, ugh.
It's
whoa.
too much.
What's going on here? Family show.
Right. So they hide in the closet. Davy is struggling to get his clothes still on while Wendy comes into the room, which I think is a nice touch. He's still like buttoning his coat and stuff. He can't sit down with the sword and everything.
A lot of good sound effects there.
Yeah. Oh,
the clanking sword. Clank, 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 clank.
Clank, clank. And then all the boys are taking turns looking. Like Mickey, I think, is the first one that looks like, hey, Pete, take a look. And so then Pete's eyes appear. And then Mike, take a look at this. And then Mike's eyes appear. And then they say, hey, Ludlow, take a look. And then like Ludlow's like forehead and nose appear. And his little fingers come through like he's trying to pull himself up to peek through the hole. Just a good short joke. I love it.
It is.
I'm not short, so I think it's funny. Sorry. Maybe short people think. Maybe short.
Sorry, short people. I cannot relate.
You're very tall.
I'm super tall. Don't tell anyone. It's
sorry.
No, I'm 6'6".
Oh my God.
Take that, Davy Jones.
That's why it's so fun to high five you, because you have to reach.
That is true.
Way up. Yeah.
If you want to high five me for real, everyone has to work for it.
Jump, get up there. Get a step stool. That's fun. Okay. So they're talking. Oh, she comes in. Miss Wendy Forsythe, who's cute. She's cute. I didn't write down what she was wearing because I've seen this episode way too many times.
She's wearing, I think,
she's wearing a little blue dress this time?
No, I think it's the white coat because she walks.
Oh, yes, that's
she's
right.
She's got the white hat too, the match.
Super cute. Little white coat and a matching
little
white hat.
Little mod hat kind of thing.
And cool. She's got a cute little blonde bob. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I don't think I can see you anymore because you're a sadist. You're Robbie. Yeah. You're insane.
Hey, Myron told me you're a sadist.
I don't think.
Which is like, come on, look at Myron.
I know that
Did you
guy.
Trust him?
Come on. You changed colors again. It was fun.
Yes. I have a motion light. So
okay.
so I'll go from bright white behind me to my beautiful neon blue orange sign.
It's fantastic. So Davy turns on the charm, just like, I want to know all about you. Oh, first he gets her name wrong, which I don't know why she stuck around for that.
Yeah, Penny. He's like, you're Penny, right?
Mindy? What?
Mindy?
She's like, what the hell? But then he wants to know all about her, and boy, oh boy, you know what? I kind of lose sympathy for this girl. She was born. Where was she born? Like the Upper West Side or Upper East?
Yeah, I'm from the Upper West Side, and at 18, I ran away.
I ran away
to Greenwich Village, I think. Is that what she says?
Yeah. At 16, she ran away to Greenwich Village. Oh. And Davy's like, oh boy, he makes a face like, ooh, you're naughty.
Whoa. There's a great line where she goes, Your Highness, and he's like, oh, don't be so formal. You could call me High.
Yeah, see? Oh, the Davy charm. Oh,
that was good.
No girl can resist.
Okay.
And then she's like, oh boy, you're fun. Can I see you again? He's like, oh, of course, I'll make it a royal decree. Decree? Cute. Just cute. Adorable. And I don't remember her leaving. I don't know what happens next. I stopped taking notes. And Ludlow asks him to keep impersonating him for like a week. What does he say? I can't.
Yes. He's like, I can't do what you did, Davy Jones, you absolute dynamo. Can you please handle this for a week? And then Mickey's like, and we'll teach Ludlow how to talk to girls. And I think that sets up the rest of the show.
And that's it, everybody.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch Davy be a prince, and the prince learn how to talk to girls. Because if anybody can teach you, it's Mickey and Peter.
Yeah,
those are not the ones.
That's true. We got to mention that Mickey and Peter go off with Ludlow, and that Mike stays and finds the old man's spare set of clothes and dresses like him, and that is the best.
It is a good look.
It's a great look.
It is one of my favorite Mike outfits in like the whole series. Is this look, this coat?
It'd
he
be
looks
hard to beat.
So good in this coat and the little ruffle. So good. So Mike is now his valet, I guess he would be. I don't know.
And Myron and freaking Max, no questions asked. Yeah, of course.
Like, all right, there's a new guy.
Is this the old man? Did he get younger? Fantastic.
So, I wrote down in my notes, creepy knife sharpener. Don't know why I wrote that down.
Okay. All right. That's the dude in there. They went back to the knife room at this point.
Okay.
I got a note that says, not really enough knives in the knife room. If this is a knife room, there's like 2 swords on the wall. And then the creepiest man who I don't think talks quite yet.
No, not yet. He's not saying
But he does talk. And then that creep factor goes up like way high.
The best. So I just show. Why did I write down creepy knife sharpener?
He comes back. So they go. There's a scene with Myron and Max, and they're talking like what they're gonna. Wendy's still around. She's still. He's in charge.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna have to do this, and they're like, and they just put like Myron just puts his hand on the knife sharpener's shoulder, and he looks up. Oh man! I have a note later on when he starts to talk, and I'm just going to put it here. But this dude looks like Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Like he is I
don't know that
criminal.
Oh boy, I wish I'm gonna have to look up that dude.
He's just like, yeah, I got a knife for you, boss. Like whoa. And I look through the. We'll talk about actors and stuff later, but I looked through. I didn't see him in the like.
I know who he is.
You do.
I know. I can find him. I know who he is. Took me years, and then I finally figured out who he is. Okay. So then I must. Okay, here's my mysterious notes, everybody.
Okay.
Mustache man on phone. You will rule. What?
Oh. Yeah.
He was on the phone with Myron.
Yes, he's on the phone with Myron, and
that's why. Okay, all right. I was like, I don't remember Count Myron being in this scene because he's not.
No, he's on the phone with Myron, and then he goes and talk. That's right. Max talks to the knife sharpener. There it is.
Right. Okay. All right. We got it. All right. So then I wrote down Peruvian because I just wanted to write that down.
Peruvia.
And I wrote
glorious Peruvia.
I wrote Mike looks so cute in his coat! Exclamation point.
I put Mike looks fucking rad.
All right, that has to be our picture for this episode, Jake. Is Mike in this freaking coat? Because
dude,
it is a look. I want that coat. All right.
Oh, it was a great coat. Right?
So they take Ludlow home. Oh yeah. Okay. They pick up. I love it. They pick up Rodney Bingenheimer and like walk him out of the room with his back to camera so that we can't see. It's not Davy. Mustache tries to. Mustache comes in saying, "Oh, you know what? I have. There's treason is afoot. He's gonna sell out Myron."
Dude, I have a note here. My note says, "And the kingdom fell for $1,000."
$1,000.
$1,000. I will stop your. That's it. Like 1,000. That's all you want, Max? This is like a government falling.
Max, come on.
Yeah. And then and then Davy's just like, well, I don't have $1,000 on me.
Davy, that was important. You could have saved yourself a lot of trouble.
You could have just said yes.
Yeah. It's not like I'll pay you next week. Oh, see?
Tell him Myron has it.
So Max like totally is willing to sell out Count Myron, but then they don't go for it. They're like, that's stupid. Get out of here.
I'm gonna look critique here. I don't know why that was in the show.
I think it was an excuse to get this joke. I think for $1,000 you'll remember me you'll remember my name for the rest of your life or something.
Yeah.
That must be a reference to something. I feel like that was an excuse to get that line in.
Is that's I understand. That's like a Count of Monte Cristo
something. It's got to be a reference to something, some classic thing that we just don't know. I will
say it's a little too eloquent for Max, so that makes a lot of sense.
Right. It just stuck out to me. It's like, I bet that's a quote. Okay. So, hey, people at home, probably Mark, my friend Mark, probably knows what that's. Probably from Moby Dick or something, and he's writing it right now. Okay, so let's see. Mike fussing over Davy is one of my favorite things in this entire episode. He's constantly fixing his coat, straightening him up, and Davy is so frigging irritated the whole time. And then Davy wants to leave. That's what it happens. Yeah. Yes. Davy's like, this is terrible. This is a horrible idea. I can't do this for a week. And he keeps getting up from his throne, and Mike keeps pushing him back down. And they do this bit for a while. And then we have Davy standing up and then sitting right back down again, even though Mike has not pushed him down. It's a great Looney Tunes type gag.
Mike makes a great valet.
Yeah, he does. And then we go to a closet gag. So Davy's like, okay, I'm going to do this. When I go through this door, I will be Prince Ludlow of Peruvia. Opens the door. It's a closet and stuff falls on him. Oh, no.
Classic closet gag. They don't do them anymore, but kids at home, they used to be everywhere. Everywhere.
Any door. Just don't trust a door in a sitcom because something's going to fall on you.
It's going to be a tennis racket. Have you seen this character ever play tennis? No, but there's a racket in there.
Right. It's similar to the grocery bag thing. Like everybody's always buying a baguette and some carrots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of baguettes.
Everybody's
if Nick and I taught me anything on the streets of New York in the 1970s, it was baguettes for days.
Oh boy, yes. Everybody had a bit. Oh, by the way, not related. She was never on the show, but rest in peace, Cloris Leachman. I loved Cloris Leachman so much.
Yes,
she was
Cloris
my favorite.
Great. My wife was a big fan, and she texted me at work. She's like, "I'm so sad." I'm like, I know, it's a shame.
Just the best. Okay. Oh man, she should wait. Age-wise, she should have been on an episode. She would have been great.
There's a small Cloris Leachman connection in this episode.
Oh boy, are you going to
I'll share it now. It's one of the actors, Myron. That actor whose name is Oscar. Oh, he has a long last name that's cut off. No, he doesn't. Oscar Beregi Jr. He was in Young Frankenstein.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. He plays the sadistic jailer.
Okay. It's been a long time since I've seen Young Frankenstein. I apologize, everybody. But
it's all right.
I don't remember that person.
I don't either. I didn't look him up, but he's in there. That's his number one credit.
All right. Awesome. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Cool. All right. What happens next in this episode? Let's see. Fusses over Davy. Closet gag. Oh, Ludlow's at the pad. So Mickey and Peter are eating chips loudly on the kitchen counter, and Ludlow is they have one of those cool love seats, those cool twisty love seats where you face each other.
Yes, that's my note. I said I'm going to need that double chair.
Oh man,
it's like
they used to make kick-ass love seats in the 60s.
Yeah, dude, that thing was so cool. Like, can you imagine? Like, that piece of furniture is one of those fun pieces of furniture that does not belong on a wall. Like, cannot go on a wall.
Oh no!
So it's a middle of the room piece of furniture.
Yeah, you must have room for that. And you have to have so much room that's not your, like, you can't watch TV in that. Like, you have to have enough room for like a normal couch and that super love seat. So
this is when you have a sitting room that is literally just for this thing.
Yes, so cool. So Gloria is sitting there. And Gloria's fun. She has like she has big curls in, I think. What was her hair? She wearing like a yellow dress, I think.
I think she's wearing yellow. She had big hair. It was almost in my head like a beehive.
Yes. It was a big curl. It was a beehive. Yes. Big curls, large barrel curl beehive.
There it is.
And she's got a great voice.
Fun. She has a fantastic voice.
And she puts her hand out to Ludlow and says, "You may kiss my hand." And Ludlow says, "You may kiss my ring." Oh, yep. Ludlow.
Oh, Ludlow.
That's
Come
not
on.
How you talk to girls.
Thank God. Mickey and Peter are there to set him straight while eating chips, the loudest I've ever heard in any form.
This is one of my I don't know why it delights me so, but just them up on the counter eating a bowl of chips is just so delightful to me. Just
Just
ships everywhere. Just
it
a
sounds
mess.
like they added special or sound effects of breaking glass when they're eating, like of a waiter dropping plates, like
scratch, scratch. It's so funny. All right, so then we cut back to the embassy, the Peruvian embassy, everybody, and a note has been intercepted. Oh no! So Wendy wants to see the prince again or something. I don't know what the note says. But now, a creepy guy. Is this Max? Is this Mustache Max?
This is Max, and I think even Myron's there.
Yeah, Myron is there.
Yeah, they talk to their poisoner.
Yeah,
which she turns out to be
because they make this leap. They're like, oh no, Wendy's in love with Ludlow. We got to kill him. It's like, whoa,
gotta kill him.
Whoa.
We have to murder a foreign royalty in an embassy in America, and it's gonna be fine.
Dude, roll it. There's got to be something else you could do.
How'd he die? Natural regicide? Don't worry about it.
Like, okay, heaven forbid. Like, I'm not saying this is a better idea, but it might be easier. Okay, first of all, you could back up one step, kill Wendy.
I thought you were gonna go there, and I was like, "Is Takura gonna talk about killing Wendy?"
But yeah, just back up one step.
One step from killing the prince, which people in your country, Myron, will notice. But who's Wendy? They don't know. You get on a plane, you're out of here.
She's some American girl. It's okay. She ran away at 16. She's a runaway.
I know Max has a gun. So.
Right. Oh my gosh. Why? Okay. And then back up even further. Just, send her another note. Yeah. Like Hamlet it up, make him look crazy, Did
I mention the sadism?
Right, exactly. Like plant something on him and he's out with her and then I don't know, like a rope and some poison falls out of his, oh no, so many different things you can do before murder. But nope, not in Myron. They're like, we'll murder him.
Well, kill him. We brought the poisoner. We have all these swords.
And then we hear from creepy guy. I didn't even write down what he said. He suggests poison. That's all I wrote down.
He's like, what you need, Count, is poison. He's like, I poisoned the blade of this one. It'll kill, Count.
Oh gosh, I love him so much.
God.
So creepy.
And
so creepy.
You saw him earlier. When you watch the episode, you see him.
Yeah.
And then you hear him, and it's like I said before, it's another level.
Yeah. You're like oh no.
It's like no. This guy's kind of wacky, and then he opens his mouth, and his voice comes out, and
I can poison him.
Yeah, the bleeding Count.
And he's fine with it. By the way, he doesn't flinch at all when they suggest murder. He's like, oh, gotcha. Yeah, sure. Here's poison.
I've been sharpening a knife for 3 days. Sure, let's do it.
I'm ready. I've been boiling this poison. I knew I was ahead of you guys.
He kind of was, to be fair. He's been boiling the poison for some time.
I got this ready. Wow. Okay, so then we cut back to the pad with Ludlow, and he's describing his lineage to Gloria. He's inbred, people.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't notice this the first 18 times I watched this episode, but I can't even remember his I don't even, but he's inbred. He has listed relatives that have married each other. Yeah,
he goes it goes all the way back from Edward the Seventh, and he's like, and then his sons, and then they're all counting on their fingers, and it's a big counting on the fingers gag.
Yes, because then Gloria is totally confused.
Yes.
And she's trying to count on her fingers, trying to keep track of this lineage, which I don't know why. Well, that's very sweet of her to try to keep track of this because their quiz afterwards, Gloria? Nobody really cares.
Yeah.
But she's trying to follow. And
maybe Gloria is looking to become a princess.
You know what? You're right. Gloria might be really into this. And then Ludlow helpfully reaches over to Gloria's fingers and tries to help her with the math, which is so cute that I forget what Mickey and Peter even do. I don't even know what's happening. They sadly eat more chips. I have no idea.
Honestly, Ludlow and the finger counting thing pull complete focus. I don't see. I don't know what happens in the scene until we go back to the embassy.
Right? I I'm just watching Ludlow and the fingers because it's so cute.
Yeah.
Whose friend do you think Gloria is? Do you think that's Mickey's friend or Peter's friend?
Mickey.
Yeah, me too.
Mickey.
Yeah, that's a friend of Mickey's.
Like, I know this is not the real world, but can you imagine getting that freaking phone call? Hey, listen, I got a buddy who's has a rough time with women. He's also a prince. You know what, my friend Davy? Well, Davy's impersonating him in the royal court. Can you come by?
And she comes in. Davy! No, Gloria, no. That's not Davy.
That's Ludlow.
That's Davy.
Are you sure it's not Davy?
I'm pretty sure that's Davy. Oh, I'm doing the wrong accent now. All right.
No, but it's a good one, so it doesn't matter.
So, all right. So then we're back to the Peruvian court, and Mike has some sausage. And,
yes.
And I think is Davy slicing off some sausage with his foil?
Yeah, he's slicing it with his foil, and I have down intense salami action, and it's powerful stuff, folks.
Oh boy, yeah, and Davy wants to eat some, and Mike's like, no,
this is valet sausage, Davy.
No, Davy. Davy's like, I haven't eaten since breakfast. I'm starving. Is a foil sharp enough? Because I always thought foils were just pointy.
See, I don't think a foil has an edge.
Yeah. So maybe, I don't know, it's just really soft salami, I guess.
I you know what? It's like, yeah. It's kind of like a meat pudding. It goes right through.
Gross. Oh, maybe it's like liver. Oh, we forgot there's nothing to eat. There was like a dumb joke at the pad, a pointless joke at the pad where Ludlow was hungry. And he's like, oh, what do you have to eat in there? And then Peter lists off Limburger cheese, liverwurst, and something else.
Stale crackers.
What should what do you want me to open or something? I was like, a window?
Yeah. That's what it was. Yes.
So stupid.
That was a long walk for a bad joke. Right. Maybe the window. Ludlow.
Yeah, Ludlow. Boop, boop. Should be like a little music.
Hold on. Is that supposed to show that he's coming out of his shell by making jokes?
Are they just no, I don't think so. I think the writers just had a joke. They're just like, come on. One writer was like, come on, put on my cheese joke. Come on, guys. Who's gonna say it? Ludlow. That doesn't make sense.
It is a cheese joke that could work in every episode.
Right. He's probably been lobbying for weeks, months to get this cheese joke in a script.
He's a writer's assistant, and he's like, I got this Cracker Jack joke, boys. You're gonna love this.
Oh, he finally got it in. His whole family was gathered around the TV, and they're like, yay, you did it.
And Davy said it. Oh,
awesome.
You can write your own checks around here now.
The cheese joke. Oh boy. All right. So let's see, where are we? I can't see my notes because I need a better microphone setup, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't see my notes around my microphone because I am old and blind. Okay. Oh yes, we're in the fencing scene. So Myron, so this is where the poison. This is where we're doing a Hamlet, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're doing Hamlet, folks.
So the point of the foil is poisoned, and Davy's like, oh, I'm going to fence you I guess Davy's excited because apparently he's taking fencing lessons. He's like, gonna bust out my fencing skills. He's like, oh, I'm gonna do it like Cyrano de Bergerac. I don't know Cyrano de Bergerac.
I mean, I know Cyrano enough that I know the character has a large nose, and that's usually what people talk about. I don't know him enough about his
fencing
poetry.
So he says, oh, I'm gonna do it like Cyrano. I'm gonna write a poem, and then on the last line of the poem, I'll stick you. So he does a little poem, and I bet if I think about it, I can remember it, but who cares? Nobody cares. And but he at the very last line, Davy has jumped up on a chair. Very last line, they crossed foils and dropped them. And he's like, oh no. Oh, Longfellow, he says. Was that a Longfellow poem? Who knows? And so then they pick up the wrong foil. Creepy knife sharpener is like, no.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. We haven't talked about this.
Uh-huh.
Myron's in a nice suit. Max is in a nice suit. Well, Myron's in his royal suit.
Oh, right.
Oh, no, okay. They're wearing their fencing gear. Everyone's in it. Is the poisoner just wearing a t-shirt?
I don't know what he's wearing. He's just wearing like
he's wearing like jeans and a t-shirt or something.
He's wearing his street clothes. The actor walked in those.
I never watched the episode and noticing because it's the first time you see him full up because he's standing in the corner.
Yeah.
And he pulls out the sword. It's like, oh, here. And he grabs the wrong one.
Right.
And I'm like, is this dude just like wearing Converse and like
probably
a ring shirt, a ring t-shirt?
I don't think they had the budget to dress the sharpener.
I guess so.
It's like, who
you
cares?
Know, it's whatever.
You're a creepy guy. You could be wearing street clothes. You're right. Yeah. I don't remember him having an actual costume.
And it's like the only person, even in the wet. Sorry, got choked up thinking about my friend, the poisoner. Even in a scene later where there's like a group, everyone's dressed in like tuxedos and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice Sharpener don't get that. Nice Sharpener's dressed like a neighborhood bully.
Huh.
I think.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
That's never noticed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, anyways, continue. They were in the middle and they switched blades.
They switched the blades and then Myron's like, I'm out. Sorry, gotta go.
Yeah. Just leaves.
Just abandons the murder plot. And Davy's like, oh, I don't know why he ran away. I was just gonna stick him. And he gets the plant, and the plant immediately just dies. Well, doesn't die, just falls over.
Yeah.
Doesn't shrivel or turn brown or anything because that's way too much special effects. We just it just droops.
Just a fishing line with a weight at the end of it. Just
that's how they do it.
Call that movie magic.
Oh boy. We're learning. Throne room with Wendy. Oh yeah, so we're back to the throne room, and Wendy and our dude comes in and announces Wendy and breaks the stick again.
That's what I have here. The Kane budget for this episode.
You think I remember watching this years ago and suspecting, I'm like, I think that Kane is breaking in the same spot every time.
No, I thought so too. The second break is not in the same spot.
Oh,
there's 5, I think, breaks. And I remember it's like, it's always breaking on the handle. That makes sense. Right. Second break down on the bottom almost.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
And he pulls it up and he still has a good pound. And I'm like, this is the prop man was watching this episode afterward. And he's like, this made all the difference.
Yes.
Where I sliced the cane made all the difference.
Props to the prop man. Slicing the cane. Man. All right. So Wendy comes in and then Davy as Ludlow. Will you marry me? Yes. Wow.
Sure.
Okay.
I heard you were a sadist, but you know what? You charm me, Davy. I mean, Ludlow. I know it's you.
She's like, I'm wearing Davy Jones. This is gonna work great. And then Mike's like, ooh, that's fast. And so like, and so then Ludlow tells Count Myron he wants to be married at once. I think that evening is the plan.
And he's like, the weird, like, okay, all right. Davy doesn't know that they don't know that he's bad yet. So Davy's like, go set it up. Like, oh man.
Set up an elaborate murder, please.
Yeah, go no. He's like, go set up the wedding. I'm getting married tonight.
Yeah.
Count, do it. He's like, he's right really, away, sir.
Really forceful.
Yeah.
And Mike wanders around until he stumbles upon a phone. Picks up the phone, yells into it until he realizes that the little voice thingy is turned the wrong way. Flips it around.
That was a very good gag.
That's one of my favorites.
Easy.
He does that in a later episode, and I put it on repeat, and I love it so much. It's so cute. So he flips the thing around, and he's called Mickey, and tells Mickey, "Hey, get the prince ready. The wedding's tonight." But Myron is still in the room. Mike, you wait until well, I guess it doesn't. No, it does matter. You wait until Count Myron leaves the room before you start telling people, get the prince ready. Mike, shocking. Very uncharacteristic for Mike to drop the ball in that way. And so Myron now knows, I know what's up. And so then we cut to that evening. Oh boy, there's a lot that happens this episode. This is very busy.
It's some quick stuff. It's some quick, like,
maybe this is why my notes are dead.
Beats.
Yeah. And so, did you just throw something?
I threw my phone.
Oh, I can see the sign.
Mike, you dropped the ball.
I can see the reflection of the sign behind you when you leaned over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Live. Ooh.
Oh, that says live nudes. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a live nudes neon sign in my garage.
Drew, I had no idea. Okay.
I bought that on Facebook like 3 weeks ago. Very happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
The pandemic does stuff to you, huh, Drew?
I needed this. I needed my recording space to be a little bit less than just a blank wall.
I get it.
So
I get it.
And also, it was like insanely cheap. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. Porch pickup. Don't have to actually shake hands. Yes. Yes. Sanitized. Yes.
Okay. All right. But you have a child.
Well, the child, I'll tell you, my 1-year-old don't hang out too much in the garage.
All right. All right. You guys, I'm not really a prude. I was making a joke. Nudity is
and
fine.
also, my neighbors can see it now, so they know what I'm about.
Ooh. Don't go over there. He has live nudes in his garage.
Live nudes down here, folks.
Yeah, my setup, I'm just looking at like my work calendar. It's not very exciting. Although I do have like comedy stuff up on this wall, which is fun. I have a Never Not Funny poster, Super Ego poster.
Hey, yeah, Super Ego.
PCast Blast. That was the grossest name for a podcast event. The PCast Blast. That still makes me mad.
Ooh.
That was gross. But I still have that, and I have a Max Fun poster. Yeah, fun.
Yeah, I would story break in the episode.
I know we're not talking
podcast episode at the podcast convention where we met.
Yeah,
the LA Podfest. I found a sticker for Super Ego on the ground. It was like this beautiful sticker, right?
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, cool. And I picked it up. It was like just sitting in the hallway. And they were doing signing afterwards, and I got them to sign it, and all of them were like, "Where did you get this?" like, well, I'm like, to be honest, I found it on the floor, and they're like, "Oh, this thing is great." I'm like, and they all looked at each other like, "What is this thing from?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Didn't know.
Yeah, and I still have that. I don't know if somebody made it for them, or if they're like, "We don't have any of these stickers left. How did you get this?"
Oh, wow. That's funny.
So I found it.
That sounds vaguely familiar. Did you tell me that story before? Was I in line with you? That sounds weirdly familiar.
It's possible. Or I told you at the Max Fun meetup. Maybe. Funny. I don't know. I don't tell that story too often because that sticker.
That sounded familiar.
Yeah, could be.
I was gonna make a reference, and we're not doing that reference anymore.
Okay.
Boo, boo, boo. I'll share that with you after the podcast. Okay. So let's see. Oh yeah. Mike is fussing over Davy again. This is pre-wedding, I guess. And he's like, your sash is crooked. And Davy's like, you're not my real mother.
That was a good one.
Which is one of the jokes that stayed with me as a 13-year-old. Like I would quote that like for 30 years. I would go on saying, you're not my real mother, quoting this episode. Love that. And even as they're going towards the door, Mike is still fussing over Davy and he's like, get off. He gets like genuinely mad. It's very funny.
Davy, just accept him. Mike cares. Is that so wrong?
I know. Mike is basically their dad. It's okay.
There you go.
And it's quite touching the way he's trying to make sure everything looks right. It's very cute. But then Myron, because he heard the call, Mike brings in the boys and
Mike, you dropped the ball on this one, Mike.
So disappointed. Brings in the boys, and then I wrote something weird. Oh, dungeon. That's what I wrote. So he says, take Ludlow to the dungeon. There's a dungeon in the embassy?
Yeah. Wow.
What?
Yeah. This is, we got the blueprints of the place when we're building it. Kind of a weird setup for an embassy. Huh. Seems like someone maybe should know there's a dungeon with an old-timey jailer in it.
There's nothing we can do. It's Peruvian property now.
Hey, Peruvian sovereignty. What are we going to do? We're not going to start a war over this clearly humanitarian crisis.
Oh boy. So Ludlow's nothing they can do. He said, pompous. Oh yeah. Before Ludlow goes away, he says, Myron, you're a pompous windbag, a funk and a pony.
Yes. Oh man.
And Mickey's like, a funk and a pony.
Funk and pony.
I don't know what that means.
You know what? I don't know what it means, but maybe Myron does, and that hurt.
Yes.
That
Myron,
was deep. That was cruel, Ludlow.
Myron is hurt. Yeah, Myron's gonna think about that one
now,
later.
Is this the part where Max shows up with the gun?
Yes. I believe so, because they tell the boys, you're gonna leave. And they're like, no, you can't make us leave. And he's like, no, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
And Mickey's like, do you know
you have a choice between death and leaving? And it's Mikey. I think it's Mike. Mickey
says,
yeah.
Do you know a good restaurant? Yeah.
Do you know a good restaurant? And they just scram.
I
believe that's when Max pulls out his old timey blunderbuss.
I don't. I must have been looking down, taking notes, but
it's just like, or I think that's maybe when he's with Wendy afterwards. I'm not sure. But at some point,
I don't even remember the gun.
Yeah, he pulls out like this ivory handled, like long pistol, like dueling pistol.
Of course.
And it's like, hey, Max, maybe when we were sword fighting, you could have let that one fly, huh?
Yeah, we're already planning a murder. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Who's going to talk? The poisoner?
Yeah.
Come on.
He's in on it. Come on. The wrong door bit comes back as Myron and Max enter the wedding because they've got, junk falling off of them.
Through the closet. Yeah.
Yes. And it's a beautiful wedding setup. There's guests there all dressed up. There's like a guy some sort of Orthodox priest is there.
Yes.
With a big old headdress.
Some bishop, something.
Yeah. Wendy is coming down the what? Oh, Wendy's coming down the aisle. And we don't even see it's her. It doesn't even matter. It's just like we see a white wedding dress walking down the aisle.
Yeah, there's a lot of veil action going on. It could be that radio host.
It could be.
For all we know.
It's Rodney Bingenheimer walking down.
Why not?
Yes, doesn't matter. And then but Myron says, "Oh no, the prince has been summoned to Peruvian. Sorry, there's no wedding." And then the boys come in, and and then Ludlow's like, "Haha!" I mean, Davy's like, "Haha! No, I'm here, surprise!" And Yeah.
They is that when they escaped the jail?
No, this is before that because Davy says,
spoilers, sorry.
Somebody says we're gonna stall the wedding while Mickey and Peter go get Ludlow out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike's plan is to stall the wedding. All right. So now we cut to the dungeon, and there's a joke that I do not get where Ludlow is trying to bribe the jailer to get out of jail. He's like, "Oh, this trinket has been in my family for thousands of years. I'll give it to you if you let me free." What is it? A letter of credit. I don't get that. Explain this to me, Drew.
Is that saying it's a bill? Like he has a debt that his family owes? Or
maybe.
Is it like,
or is it a loan? I don't understand.
Yeah, like he's like, I can give you this money, but you'll have to pay it back. I don't get it. That joke probably killed in the
60s.
Yeah, in the 60s. That joke probably killed.
Oh, yeah. They were running around the writer's room high-fiving. Woo!
Yeah. Woo! Letter of credit. Are you kidding me?
Round of drinks for everyone. Letter of credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. And then the boys come in. Mickey and Peter come in, and I do enjoy this. They ask the jailer, "Hey, have you seen The Road to Morocco?" No. And like, okay. And they do like the patty cake bit. Patty cake, Jakers, man. Jakers, man? Did I say Jakers, man? Anyway.
Yeah, it's just Jakers, man. They changed it. You see kids back before 84, they were called Jakers and they would make bread.
I was saying jailer and baker at the same time. That's what happened. Jakers, man. And then they punch him out and then they get the keys and they free Ludlow. Okay, here's the thing. I thought that was a bit from a different movie. I thought that was from like one of those like Cool Hand Luke or one of those movies.
Okay.
I didn't know that was from Road to Morocco. Now, when
I have not seen Road to Morocco. I didn't know that was even a reference to an actual film.
Oh, when I was a weird little kid, I was obsessed with the Cosby and what's his name? Big nose guy. Hope and Crosby.
Hope, yes.
I was obsessed with those road films, and anytime one was on like Turner Classic Movies or whatever, I would watch them, or AMC. I would watch the road movies. I loved the road movies. They were very funny, but I don't remember that bit. But then again, I was like a 10-year-old watching, black and white movies.
It was a good bit in the show we just watched.
Yes.
I can understand that it could have been lifted because that was their little double punch was quite cool.
It's a great bit, but I love that. Have you seen this movie? Okay. So they knock out the jailer. They free Ludlow. Mike finally interrupts the wedding when they say, speaking out for hold your peace. And he's just like, oh, I'm never the one to beat around the bush. And I'm an honest man. And I'd like to, and he's just saying nonsense. And
I never know. Nate, okay. You know them more. Yeah. Clearly. You're the expert here. Does Mike have that accent or did he put that Mike on for his meandering?
Mike is a Texas man.
I will hear a little bit, but when he was trying to like, I could like it really came out. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It's adorable. It's very cute.
It is very cute.
He's like, I
know a thing and it's like the people always say.
So good. And then Ludlow comes in and he's like, oh, I'm the real Prince Ludlow. And then Mickey loses his mind and starts jumping into the air, punching at nothing.
Yeah, I have here. What is it? There is no better excuse for Mickey stealing focus. Like, oh my god, like.
He's so excited. He's just jumping and punching. And
it's like he stepped on a live wire. He goes right into the air and twists.
And then we're at our romp, ladies and gentlemen. We're at our romp, our Scooby-Doo-esque romp. Mary.
Real quick. One thing before the romp, I have a note I forgot to bring up. The bishop is like not having Myron shit.
That's right.
I was like, oh, this is all, Myron's people. They're Bishop's like, hey, get away.
Yes, he stares them down until they leave.
Yeah,
like, excuse me.
Yeah, and then the romp.
This is a religious ceremony.
Yes.
You will leave now. He's not thrown by the whole, like, oh, there's two princes? Oh, all right, fine.
No, he just hates Myron. So
yes, he's like, I know what he sees into his soul as a man of faith. He knows what he's been up to. He knows he's no good. So we've got our romp. Out of all the romps, not the best romp. Pretty limited in its scope. I'm just saying, as a connoisseur, we don't get a lot of. It's not a big. It's a small set. We're very confined to a very small area. We just go immediately to the reception table, which is right next to where the ceremony is taking place.
Just turn the chairs around after you're done watching them get married. Sit right there.
It's very strange for an embassy with a dungeon. Seems like they would have a room for that, but okay. So
no ballroom? No, a dungeon.
Yeah. So we have Mike slingshotting canapes at Myron. They're getting hit in the face with hors d'oeuvres. Oh boy, some pop into their eyes. Oh no, it looks like he has an eye with an olive. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. We never mentioned it. His little monocle is like a constant joke in this episode.
That's right. There's lots of monocle popping with sound effects.
Yeah, tons of monocle popping.
Sometimes I miss it. I missed it because my head was down and I heard it. I was like, oh, I missed a monocle. Oh. Yeah. There's bottles being broken over people's heads. Loads of breakaway bottles.
Okay. I know it was the thing. Hitting someone over the head with a bottle is not very funny. I used to bounce as a security guard. So when I was like, oh, and he hits him and then he hits him with a wine bottle.
Yeah.
Mikey hits Max with a wine bottle. Max is dead.
I know.
That is people break beer bottles over each other's heads and stuff.
True.
And that's like concussion time. I gotta call the ambulance. But a wine bottle, Max is dead.
You're right. Those are pretty big. But you grow up watching these things and you're like, oh, bottles are very thin and probably made of plastic. So because they just shatter immediately.
It's sugar glass. It's great. It's right up there with dropping an anvil on someone's head.
Yeah, or breakaway chairs. I love breakaway chairs. You hit somebody with a chair, just flies apart.
That's one. The wine bottle thing got me like, ugh. But the breakaway chairs, I could watch 1,000 of those. 1,000 balsa wood chairs exploding over people's backs.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so it's TV magic. This is why we love TV.
That's true.
Bottles over heads, and then there's dueling happening. Mickey ruins part of the wedding cake, and Mickey, They're shooting corks at people and each other, and then all of a sudden there are cowboy hats and rope.
Okay, Takura. Okay, real quick. I don't watch a lot of Monkeys episode. Sorry, folks. I've said it a couple times, but don't want to break anyone's hearts here. What's with the cowboys? Is that a thing?
There was just a lot. Okay, we have to get back to the 60s. All right, so this is the 60s. So like Gunsmoke is probably on the air. Bonanza is on the air. There's just a lot of cowboy things in the culture at this time.
You see? That makes a lot of sense.
So,
wow. Yeah.
There's just a lot of cowboy stuff, you know?
And so why not? And then and like I know like all the bit actors are all the non monkeys that are in this pretty much have done extensive cowboy work from what I saw. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's just in the zeitgeist. That's just a thing. Just always cowboys.
Hey, thank you. Okay.
So cowboy hats appear out of nowhere. They're tying them up with there's a horse sound. There's like a horse whinnying. Meanwhile, Mary Mary is playing, which is a great song.
Yeah, that was nice. It was good.
Michael Nesmith. It's a fantastic song. Oh, there's like little cuts going from they're showing Mary, or Wendy. Sorry, I called her Mary. They're showing Wendy and Ludlow, and there's lots of fun editing happening. And then Peter gets tied up with the with the bad guys, and he's just smiling because he's cute. And then I wrote rope around. Oh, it looks like it says Pope. It looks like I said Pope around them, but it says rope.
He was in there, I think. That was the bishop.
Yeah, the bishop. And so then the
Peruvian Pope.
And then meanwhile, the wedding ceremony is still going on.
Yeah.
the people, the wedding guests are just like, okay, we're just gonna watch this over here. I don't know what's happening over there. I know all the food is getting ruined. We're not gonna have any champagne. The wedding cake is destroyed, but ooh, look, they're kissing.
It's all matters. Hey, it's all matters in the wedding.
It's love. So as soon as they kiss, Ludlow is like, arrest those men because now he's king, people. Ludlow is now king. He did it. He got married. He is now the king. And then they immediately arrest those men. They weren't going to do anything until Ludlow said so. They're just going to let that happen.
And who's arresting them?
Good question. We haven't seen anybody else in this embassy.
No, is the old man doing it?
Yeah, the old man
just
do it.
Breaking canes over there.
You are arrested. Clank. Oh no.
Clank. Oh, that's why he keeps breaking them, because he's got huge muscles underneath.
That's what it is. That's the secret. Oh, he's gonna destroy them. So there's oh boy. Oh, and then we thought we were gonna make it, ladies and gentlemen, and people of all genders and binary spectrum. We thought we were going to make it without a dated racist joke in this episode, and we almost did.
Ooh.
We almost made it.
Ah, yes.
And then at the very end, Mike has a bon mot, a
how kind of you
to say. He says that there's a wise old man who's named, I don't even want to say what the name is. And they start playing music, start playing, Asian sounding music in the background. And he says something about an apple seed and a butterfly. And I used to have this memorized before I realized how racist it was.
Yeah.
And Davy says, what does that mean? And Mike says, I have no idea.
Well, thank God you opened your mouth, Mike.
Good. Thanks for sharing that, though.
Yeah.
So, and then, all right. So, but fortunately, that's not really the end. That's not the end. We don't leave on that. Thank God for that. So we cut back to the pad. There's a newspaper. Ludlow is on vacation. He's on a wedding honeymoon in Greece. And they're like, oh, Ludlow's doing all right. He's been married like a week.
Yeah. The very wealthy prince is doing okay. I think he would have been fine. I guess he would have been dead. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then Davy's kind of sad. And Mike's like, you hung up on, you liked her, didn't you? Like, no. It's like, I think you liked her.
Oh, can I just real quick talk about Davy's shirt?
Oh, that shirt, the picnic shirt.
The picnic shirt with the puffed
sleeves.
All right. I'm going to talk about puffed sleeves, and people at home might think I'm talking about the shoulder. I am not. I am talking about the wrist.
Oh yeah.
He is wearing like a Shakespearean poet shirt, but it's a button up and it's picnic pattern.
Yeah, I think that shirt has shown up on other members of the Monkees.
Ooh.
I think Peter, has worn that shirt once. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't care for that one.
No,
it is. No, it
was. I'm sure other words were spoken at the end of the episode, but I was mesmerized by the swaying puffs of his sleeves.
Yeah, I did go, oh, that shirt's back. I mean, in my head, I was like, oh, there's that shirt. Yeah, that's a shirt's a doozy. So, there, he's sad. Mike says some kind words about, it seems unfair, but you'll be okay, And Peter has a nice joke when Mickey's reading the paper saying that Wendy is going to work on her doctor's thesis at like the University of Peruvian, and Peter says, "Why can't her doctor work on his own thesis?" Aw, Peter. Yeah. Which is funny. It's funny. No, okay, not funny. Haha. What's interesting is that it's kind of a forward-thinking, progressive joke. Like, oh, look, Wendy is going to work on her doctor's thesis.
I guess so. Yeah.
Peter undercuts it by assuming that, the doctor is a man. His funny, isn't it? Isn't that neat? Because he says his own thesis because doctors are men.
Oh, Pete.
Great
way to take a little step and drag it down.
It's just, but it's so subtle. Like you don't really notice. Yeah. But it's just kind of interesting the way that worked. And then they leave Davy to sulk on the patio or whatever.
That's what your friend needs. Hey, we're like brothers. And I see you're having a bad time. Bye. All three of us are gonna leave.
He didn't admit to it. He's like, no, I'm fine. He was denying it. So then woman just runs up from the beach, up the steps, into their home.
Yep.
Boys, lock your doors. And she's like, I'm from the teen magazine. I'm looking for the Monkees. And I believe does Davy do a take to camera at this point? I don't know. I don't remember.
I believe she takes her glasses off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She takes her big old cool 60s glasses off. Guys, it's Wendy Forsythe. It looks just like Wendy Forsythe.
A doppelganger again? Whoa.
And then I think this is when Davy does a take to camera, right? I think so.
Yeah, he does a take to camera.
And I don't know, he might say something. I have no idea. Because
then they make out.
They just sit down and kiss immediately.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for an interview.
I wrote down they kiss immediately.
Immediately.
It's always kind of disturbed me as a child. I was like, wow, that was, I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
And how does she get into the house? And so many things. I have so many questions about this reporter.
She comes in through the backyard.
So actually that's the beach. That's the beach.
Yeah.
So she's run up from the beach side of the house. She knows which house belongs to the Monkees. She didn't come from the street, like looking at the street number. She's just run up, I guess, from the backyard, because she's run up the stairs from the beach onto their patio.
I was for sure when she ran up, because it's clearly Wendy. I was for sure like, Wendy ran away from Ludlow and wants Davy more. I'm like, of course, it's Davy Jones. It makes more sense. I thought that was the ending. And then she's like, I'm so-and-so, basically not Wendy. And I'm like, doubles. Got it.
Oh boy. Yes, you got to end with the doppelganger. And then they make out. What a good reporter too. I'm here to interview the Monkees. Blah, blah, blah,
yep.
But
that's how they do it. Even today. We got a sit down interview with a politician.
Shame on you. And that's our episode. Now, was it worth it? Because at the beginning, Davy did not want to show up to the embassy to look for this gig. I maintain, no, it was not worth it. Sure, they made it. Well, no, you know what? I take it back. They saved Ludlow's life.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
They saved Ludlow's life, right?
Yeah.
But they are the ones that put Ludlow in danger by getting Wendy to agree to marry him. Ludlow would have, if he didn't turn 18, he would have just lost the
throne. Yeah,
he wouldn't be dead, right? But by bringing that dynamo powerhouse that is Davy Jones in, the Count had to up his game and try to kill Ludlow. And also, the boys didn't play a gig. They didn't get no money.
They didn't get paid at all. You were right. Oh man. But I don't know. I still think he He might have been
I will say that
he might have been murdered.
It
still.
probably ended better for Peruvia.
Yes, you're right. Yes, Peruvia probably ended up with a much kinder king.
And that's why to this day the monkeys are on the 5-cent coin in Peruvia. Beautiful.
Oh, this is interesting. IMDb says it's called The Prince and the Paupers. But my
what?
Yeah, they say Paupers, which makes it sound like it's about drugs, which is kind of fun.
Oh, you know what? You're right, because my wife Darla was like, we were watching and she pointed out Paupers, and I'm like, I wonder if it's about, like, is that a goof on the drugs?
Oh, did they have Paupers back then?
Yeah, 60s? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if they called them Paupers back then.
Oh yeah, probably not. They're called sunflowers. Rainbow kisses.
So yeah, because in my DVD booklet it's called The Prince and the Pauper, but IMDb calls it Paupers. Prince and the Paupers.
Yeah, I think it's Paupers.
But my DVD booklet. This is the episode guide.
That's why you got to get that Blu-ray. They add the S. That's the only thing.
Sir, this is the Bluray.
What?
Yeah, you talking to somebody with the Rhino Blu-ray set.
Ooh,
this is Andrew Sandoval. Andrew Sandoval. I am calling you out, sir. Is it Prince and the Pauper or Prince and the Paupers?
You call Rhino and be like, I'm taking my business to Shout Factory. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, Andrew Sandoval, what's up, buddy? What's up? What's the title of this episode? Okay, so let's see. What were we gonna come back to? There were so many things we were like, we'll come back to it. Oh yeah, I wanted to find that dude. But yeah, you had some actor. You had the you had some actor connections.
Two big ones that were cool. Max has been on the show before.
I knew he looked familiar.
As a matter of fact, he's been on one of the episodes I listened to.
Oh.
I don't know. Let me just look at your episode real quick, because I have a feeling.
Yeah, see, they do a lot of dudes.
David. What was the?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. So he was in the episode "Find the Monkeys" or the audition. That's the masseuse.
Oh yes, the masseuse. And
I just listened to that episode, and I'm like, huh? They're talking about this character actor, and you're like, yeah, he did all these sheriff roles, and I'm like,
that's right.
Man, this sounds a lot like the dude I watched in the episode. Like, put two and two together, I'm like, oh, it's the same guy.
Good. Oh, that's awesome. I do enjoy him. He was great.
Yeah, and then
that's that sheriff guy. Cool.
He's the big sheriff dude who's like the inspiration for Boss Hogg on Boss Hogg. I don't know. I've never watched.
Oh, you never watched the Dukes of
Hazzard. Thank you.
That was a great show.
Was it?
All right. Yeah.
Well, right. And then the other actor, the big one, the star, is Wendy.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Tell me about Wendy Forsythe.
Wendy Forsythe, the real name is pretty cool. I believe it is, Heather North. And Heather North was the voice of Daphne from Scooby-Doo up until 2013.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
She kind of looks like Daphne.
Kind of, yeah.
Like put a scarf on her.
Yeah, put a little red head, little scarf. That's Daphne Blake.
Daphne. Oh, that's awesome.
And it's all Daphne on her IMDb, except for like a few episodes of stuff from the same, like Green Acres, My Three Sons. All these actors that aren't the monkeys were in a lot of television, except for, to be honest, Daphne there. Daphne did Daphne for a long time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, one cute moment that Wendy had when she was making out with who she thought was Prince Ludlow. She goes, and then kisses him. She lets out this little growl. It's so funny.
That's what Davy does, though.
It's so good. I wonder if she just brought that. I wondered, like, did they tell her to do that, or did she just like, oh nah, I got to do this? Because
Wendy's a little demure until that.
Yes. Because they don't give the girls a lot to do on these episodes, let's be honest. And that just showed a little, that was a little something. I was like, oh, you're acting, you're doing something, Wendy. All right, I see you, Wendy.
Due to that growl, we're gonna make you a doctor.
That's what did it.
That's what it is.
Like, we gotta give her something. So the chemist, that's what they call him at IMDb. I just found it.
The chemist, yes.
That is David Price.
Okay.
David Price. Now I'm like checking some things here. David Price was a friend of Michael Nesmith.
Oh.
And he was like a stand-in on the show. I guess
okay.
I think he might have been from Texas. I'm not sure.
I will say that there was like in my head, I had this little feeling like, I bet this dude has been on other episodes.
Yes.
So
I remember, and he's on the very last episode. He's one of my favorite characters in in the very last episode. He plays like, is it him? No. Wait, I might be getting him confused with somebody else. I think he might play the stoned out hippie in the very last episode. I'm not sure.
He could definitely do that with his
really
look.
Funny. Or that might be a different dude, but I know there's an episode earlier where they're looking for Davy because Davy's escaped to go find this girl, and they've chained him to a chair, and so Davy's like dragging this chair down the street, and they're running down the street looking for someone, and they see a guy running with like a chair attached to his leg, and they grab him by the shoulder, and he turns around. I'm pretty sure it's David Price. They found like another guy chained to a chair walking down the street.
That's really freaking funny.
So yeah,
that's a really funny gag.
It delights me. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's David Price. Yeah. So yeah, he's on there. I guess they say he went on tour with them.
Wow.
He's in an issue of Tiger Beat. They talk about him in a 1967 issue of Tiger Beat.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he is. Yeah. Okay. So, he's on the Monkees. He's a stand-in. 57 episodes.
Hey.
He's in the TV movie. Yes, he is. He's one of the henchmen in that last episode. He's a luggage carrier. He's a gendarme in the episode that I've never watched.
Wow.
He's a there is one episode that I've never watched. He's a janitor in an episode. He was like an extra in like 22 episodes.
Dang, man. He's just hanging out on set.
Yeah. And they're like, you know what? You get in there. Get in there, David. It's like, I can play a creepy dude.
I remember looking up the jailer. The jailer has a nice, he played in one episode of the original Star Trek series.
Oh, who?
And he plays a transport chief, Pit Karen. But here's the kicker. They did dub over his voice.
Oh, jailer. I'm sorry, dude.
It's okay. Hey, you're a part of two great shows.
Yes.
I know. I haven't really watched a lot of Star Trek, but I'm sure people loved you on that. And I mean, you crushed it on the Monkees.
Totally. Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of wedding guests that are credited. That's very strange because they just sit there.
Yeah.
Don't know why that happened. Gloria. Did you find Gloria?
I found there's Gloria's on IMDb, but she
didn't do much.
I don't think she.
Oh, Gloria.
I wonder if she was a friend.
No, I don't know. It just says
Linda Kirk. Linda Kirk did.
Yeah, I just see like 3 credits for her.
Yeah. And
she was so good.
Hold on, what is this?
Which one are you looking at?
Okay, well, I need to watch this movie now. That Gloria's in, called The Destructors.
Okay.
Foreign agents are after a substance called laser rubies that can power a killer laser beam. Government agents are dispatched to protect the rubies and eliminate the foreign agents. Wow. Lots of jewels used for lasers in these movies from the 60s. Because you know why? Because if you pull up a piece of quartz and you put it up to the sun, that's kind of like a laser. I know how lasers work.
That's exactly what lasers are.
That's a laser, I'm pretty sure. Hey, if I use this diamond in my wife's wedding ring the right way, I'm pretty sure I could melt a block of ice.
Oh, that's all it takes. Guys, don't worry about the nukes. Come on.
Space lasers.
Space lasers. So I think I'm so distracted now looking at IMDb that I need to stop because that's very distracting. They talk about like Wikipedia holes, IMDb holes. That's a.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And drown.
I'll be like, oh, hey, I like this guy. What 90 movies has he done, and where can I see them?
All right. So we're gonna wrap this up. Did you like this episode? What did you think? I feel like you enjoyed this.
I did. I did. This might have been like in my recent memory, this is the only episodes of the monkeys I've ever seen. Like I saw some when I was a kid, but I don't really remember it, This was funny. This is a lot funnier than like people kind of like, I feel like the monkeys is like, oh, people are like, oh, that's a funny show. But like there was some good stuff in here.
Right. I mean, you had that cheese joke. Come on.
Hey.
That was worth price of admission right there.
You had the poisoner. I could watch him all day.
Oh, you know what? I was watching this episode, I was thinking, I think Glory is going to be my favorite. But then I was like, no, the poisoner. He is my absolute favorite. Just sitting there creepy, sharper than a knife. Just creepy as.
The big explosion that Mikey does. All to draw attention from the poisoner in the episode. He's like, I gotta do something.
Guy's stealing my spotlight. I know. I'll go insane during the wedding. Oh, yeah. That dude, the chemist, that's my favorite. Yeah, I like this. Like I said, I've seen this episode so many times. It is one of my favorites. I love Mike futzing over Davy.
Yeah.
I like the old guy in his cane.
That jacket,
that jacket.
We could talk some more about it.
I could talk for hours.
Put out some merch for the show. Sell that jacket.
Gosh, I would like lose so much money.
Oh no, what are you talking about? I'd buy one.
Wow, great. That jacket is so I can't even imagine how much that would cost to make that.
Just put that jacket and on the back of it, the logo, the hand. Perfect.
What a ridiculous outfit that would be. So weird. All right, it is time to play Park, Coffee, Shins, Bank, the Mark Leonard invented game. Comedian Mark Leonard has invented Park, Coffee, Shins, Bank. Which monkey would you go to the park with? Which monkey would you have a coffee with? Which monkey would you kick in the shins? And which monkey would you rob a bank with? Drew Davenport.
All right. First up, I'm going to kick Mikey in the shins.
Wait, there's no Mikey. I don't know who you're
kicking.
Dang
it, Mickey!
Oh, okay.
I invented a new monkey.
It's Mikey. He's the child they adopted in season 3.
That would work. It's a good episode right there. But no, Mickey, I'm kicking in the shins because of his outbursts. They'll ruin the bank job.
Okay. All right.
I would probably have to have coffee with Davy because I can imagine the stories would be insane. I guess it'd be a park with Peter. Just lounging, just walking through, picking up daisies.
Yeah.
Like talking about.
Wait, are you talking about drugs? You talking about Paupers? No.
Oh yeah, picking up rainbow kisses. Just walking through, and I have a feeling not a word spoken, and it'd be just fine.
Oh, that sounds like heaven.
Doesn't it sound like heaven?
Yeah.
And of course, Mike and me are doing the bank.
Yes.
I can trust Mike.
Yeah, although he did drop the ball this episode, everybody. He did.
He dropped the ball once.
Yeah,
and that's right. That's the scene in the movie. I'm holding him by his collars. And like, Mikey, you gotta look around when you're on the phone. Mike, please.
He's got phone issues. Mike has troubles with phones.
I'll keep him away from the phones. He'll be working the register. We'll get the bank.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Drew. This was super fun.
Thank you for having me. I had a blast. Sorry I kept mentioning Mikey, the fifth Beatle that only I know about.
Beetle? Did you just say Beetle?
What?
Oh, that's it. You're off. Bye.
I did not just. Dang
Episode over.
I wrote on my wall, don't mention them.
Episode over. Never coming back. Lost episode. No, that's fine. Yeah. So Mikey, the fifth monkey. I imagine he has like a little bowl cut. He's the kid they adopt
he's you know what? Mikey looks just like Davy, but he's only 9 years old.
Oh, I was going younger. I was going like 5.
Okay. He's a baby with a haircut.
It's like 5 years old.
Just like on Peter is wearing it on one of those like a baby Bjorns looking forward.
Oh my gosh. Oh, somebody write this episode, please. Some monkeys adopt a baby. Oh,
yeah. You write it. Let's get the live reading going.
I'm writing this down. Live read. The monkeys adopt a baby. You know what? I'm sure there's fan fiction somewhere out there.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure this.
There's probably fiction written on a typewriter.
No, I mean current. Like this is like somebody wrote this last year. Like, it's out there on what's that site called? The one that won like the Eisner Award.
Yes, there's the big fan fiction.
The big fanfic site. It's there. I'm sure it's there.
I've been on there once, and you can find stuff with my name on it, and I haven't written it. Oh, I haven't written it.
Oh, wait.
It's about the Adventure Zone character, so not my name.
Oh my gosh, you're right. That makes perfect sense. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, your child is going to be so confused one of these days. Your child, like, what? I don't. Okay, now that's a conversation for another day. All right. So before I go,
Victory will never know what a podcast is here.
Right. I would like to. Okay, first of all, people. All right. You need to share this podcast because we are stagnating, folks. You need to force this podcast on your friends because I have no new reviews.
What?
No new reviews. So I barely have anybody to thank on this episode. Now, part of this is my fault. You know what? I get a little pandemic sad, and I don't feel like, promoting. I feel like I'm annoying people. Well, that is over. I am annoying all y'all on the internet. I'm just gonna keep posting stuff.
This is a call to action.
Yes, call to action. I need reviews. But I would like to thank Mary Radford on this episode that had the song Mary, Mary. See how that works out? Because Mary, my friend Mary, who I talked to in a comedy show chat rooms and such, said she listened to the episode and she enjoyed it. Thanks, Mary. It was very nice. Mary. And then she sent me a picture of her and her sister in mustaches because I got a mustache and I was wearing my mustache. Anyway, mustaches are great.
Yes.
Ooh, Drew is curling his mustache. It's very lovely. So thank you, Mary Radford. The rest of you, get on it. No, share. That's my focus. So this has been the Monkeys podcast. Oh, before we do this, Drew Davenport, where can we find your podcast?
You can just look into your podcatcher of choice. We're on Spotify, Apple, everything under the sun. Rules and Rolls. You can also find us at you think I would have had this stuff up, but I didn't have stuff up, and I say it like every week, but it's fine. You can find us at Rules Rolls Pod on Twitter. You can follow us there, and you can drop a review if you listen and like,
Yay! Yes. And everybody, for the stuff that you like. And okay, and I'm not talking about the big people. They don't need you. But us, the little people, we need you. Please.
We need you. We need you. You may have heard my name on some other podcasts, but I need you personally.
Don't write a review for Conan. He don't need you.
Yeah. He got reviews. Good, bad, in the middle. He got them all.
Yeah. For me, for the Monkeys podcast, please subscribe. Leave a rating and review on Apple. Apple. Oh, I was doing
the new one. I heard
Apple
about that.
Podcast.
Yep.
I love to apples and bananas. Okay. Leave them on Apple Podcasts and then share. You have that weird friend that likes weird things. This is for them.
Yeah. Do you have a friend who has a Davy Jones poster in their room?
Yeah.
This is for
them. Find us on all social media at Monkeys Podcast. That's with AW. Support the show by getting official podcast merch at dragonwagonshop.com. And we have a Discord now. It's just me. It's just sad little Takara all by herself going, "Hey, Monkeys fans, come on to the Discord." I don't know how to tell you. I don't know what to tell you to go to, but I'm there. I don't know. Is there an address for Discords? I don't know how it works, but you can find us.
The link on your Twitter? I don't know.
Yeah. It's there. I tweeted it. I tweeted it out. Let me see. Is there anything else? Oh yeah. Did you have a favorite? I forgot. Did you have a favorite performer? Did we already talk about that?
No.
Who was your favorite? Was it Creepy Chemist David Price? Was it Gloria?
Everyone did a great job. David Price stole the show and my heart. And that's it. That's it. I can't.
Price.
I have to. There's other people in the show. Did I see him? No. David Price.
David Price. Yeah, I gotta go David Price. All right, that's it, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try out my new sign off. It's okay to cry. It's okay to laugh. See ya. Woo! Woohoo!
Hi, I'm Jake Lloyd Bacon, and I am a lifelong pro wrestling fan.
And I'm Alexandra Hoy, a new fan of pro wrestling who was surprised to fall in love with it. It's much more creative than I ever gave it credit for.
Yeah, people sleep on pro wrestling, but it's so much more than most people think it is.
It's theatrics, athleticism, comedy, and decades worth of larger-than-life characters that I have to catch up on.
So what better crash course in wrestling history than WWE's iconic Royal Rumble match?
Every year, 30 wrestlers compete in one massive match, and we're watching all of them.
We pick a year at random out of our jar o' rumbles and watch it in real time right alongside you in our enlightening podcast, Me, You, and 30 Other Men.
So join us at meyouand30.com or wherever you podcast.
It's Dragon Wagon.